Requested by Index. This is What If Neva Was Earth's Kami, choosing to leave the Makai as his fellow Nameks did a bit before Katattsu Jr. would arrive on Earth, as one uncorrupted by the actions of those from the first and third Makai. Humanity bears no impurity on his heart, and he quickly becomes Kami, then tutoring Katattsu as his successor well enough that the impurity in his heart disappears naturally. Now aware of his people and wanting to see how they are, Katattsu returns to Namek in his ship restored via Neva's magic and learns of his father's fate, but is welcomed by his people and hones his skills well, becoming a more skilled Dragon Clan member than Dende before he returns to Earth with a few other Nameks interested in spreading out more or learning from Neva themselves. Mutaito surviving has him keep advising the next generation even after formally retiring for Roshi to take his place, and Suru being convinced to work with him as a vice instructor as they teach their students both styles. Despite this, Goku isn't integrated into the school when Gohan has no reason to deviate from how he raised Goku, and Katattsu having no reason to create Dragon Balls with Neva around means Buruma never goes on a journey. The Red Ribbon Army try to attain the Dragon Balls, but Tamagami number 3, proven to be beyond their imagination, has Black choose to fall back and have Geralt focus on gathering data on them, his only option for surpassing them being to try and gain genetic information on the Nameks, but isn't so successful when they don't engage in battle to do so, and Neva is too perceptive to let the spy robot near him. Kuririn seeks out the Mutaito Ryu Dojo, and his new senpai, Tenshinhan, along with Chozu, participate in the 21st Tenkaichi Budokai, which Tenshinhan easily wins, which convinces him to journey beyond his school to fully realize his potential, eventually learning from Katattsu and even Neva to rival Katatsu's ki by the time of the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai, and defeat the latter through his array of techniques. When Raditz arrives, he goes towards Katattsu, who then easily overpowers him, Neva's teachings having him be merciful though, and tell Raditz if he's after the Dragon Balls like those with similar evil ki, he'd be better off reforming Shugya to purge the evil from his heart. Raditz retreats, with Vegeta telling him this information is valuable enough he'll overlook Raditz's failure. Raditz sees no choice but to take Katatsu's advice and begs to be tutored by him to become a better person, being partially truthful in his frustration at being a subordinate to Vegeta and then Frieza above them. Katattsu teaches him the basics of controlling ki better, before having him learn the philosophies of Shugya from Roshi, Karin, and then himself and Ten. By the time Nappa and Vegeta arrive, Raditz becoming able to sense ki has him see it as best to side with Katattsu, and is strong enough to defeat Nappa, whereas Katattsu easily overpowers Vegeta and spares him, telling him he knows of Frieza and can see there's potential for Vegeta to grow into a stronger and better person, as Raditz has. Katattsu spars with Raditz and Vegeta, with his healing quickly causing them to far surpass him through their Saiyan power. Despite this, they don't betray him when encouraged to try fighting the Tamagami, and are quickly put in their place. A few months later though, Frieza arrives when interested in seeing if these Dragon Balls live up to what he's heard from Vegeta's scouter, though Vegeta and Raditz are far stronger at first. Their arrogance gives Frieza the opportunity to go into his true form, where he easily bests both. In seeing how much Raditz has refined his character through Katatsu's guidance though, Neva uses his magic to manipulate his S-cells and awaken Super Saiyan within him, Frieza having no chance against him and being easily dealt with, as is Cold when he comes to Earth for revenge. Having started to settle down on Earth, Raditz integrates into society and eventually encounters Lunch, who he starts a family with, though Vegeta still remains a loner without knowledge of Buruma's technology to have him interact with her. Wary of the Tamagami, Geralt puts focus into creating 19 and becoming 20, rather than unleashing 17 and 18, when aiming to drain Neva's energy energy to compete with them. The duo succeed in draining Vegeta's energy when he charges in to show off his recently attained Super Saiyan form. But Katattsu and Raditz, observing how their absorption works, as well as having sparred enough together to be about as strong as Piccolo would be, has them easily destroy 19 before they disarm 20 2v1 and give him no time to retreat. Black is thereby forced to wait until Cell awakens, biding his time until then through dealing with Magenta. A few years later, Katattsu senses his lifespan coming to an end, even with Neva willing to teach him ways to extend his lifespan as much as he has. Katattsu instead focuses all his ki into producing an egg for a son and reincarnation containing all his knowledge and power, who he calls Piccolo, in reference to him being born on what's another world when Babidi makes his move. Shun seeks out help from Piccolo's group, being aware of the history Madoshi like Babidi have with the Makai. Neva warns everyone this threat may be beyond what they've ever experienced, and helps unlock their potential to greater heights, and Popo recommended they use the Room of Spirit and Time, this allowing Raditz, Vegeta, and Raditz's children Daikon and Fukumeni to achieve Super Saiyan 2, and each of them end up about as strong as Goku would be here, stopping Dabra and Babidi. With no way of getting the Dragon Balls, Goma simply remains safe in the Makai, with Arinsu begrudgingly working alongside him. Without a Namekian being aware of Vegeta being on Earth though, Tarbell wanders aimlessly until being caught by Abor and Kador, with not enough Saiyans for the God ritual when Vegeta still wouldn't be considered pure. Beerus goes back to sleep soon after waking up, and the events of Super don't occur until Hedor creates the Gammas, who have no reason to spare the Dragon Team, and even Neva's magic not being able to make up for Piccolo and the others' lack of experience. Hedor eventually catches on to Magenta's lies and assassinates him, then deciding to gain the Dragon Balls to revive those the Gammas eliminated, and Neva doing the honours of speaking the wish. When Cell appears in age 788, with updated cells from Piccolo, Raditz, Vegeta, Frieza, Cold, and Dabra, he easily absorbs the dormant 17 and 18. In the years since being defeated by the Gammas though, Piccolo aimed to become worthy of the Dragon Balls, and wished for his full potential to be unleashed, then mastering the orange form through intense Shugyo. This proves too much for Cell, who is easily defeated as Piccolo comes to succeed Neva as Kami sometime after, and help assure the next generation bring out the best of their abilities. It's here we see how the sheer scale of Neva would prove a great convenience for Earth, but also how the raised scale of attaining the Dragon Balls would prevent Goku and Bulma from even starting their journey, and thereby affect many others. Thank you if having watched through all this What If. Request one, like and subscribe, and view some other ones. In fact, maybe check out this similar selection of Daima related What Ifs.